Dear Michelle,
My name is Tiffany Major, and I am one of the many concerned parents of Lee County.
our community has cried out on numerous occasions due to the crime we have been experiencing, with our young teens being killed left and right.
Last month, Wink News introduced you to these inspiring young mothers.
I'm trying my best to make Fort Myers known for more than just Club Blue.
Writing dozens of letters to First Lady Michelle Obama, hoping to bring change to Southwest Florida.
I wake up to, well, that person was shot, or that person was shot.
It's getting out of control, completely out of control, and it's young kids. It's 17, 18, 19.
Letter after letter, shooting after shooting. These women finally received a response from the First Lady. Her schedule too busy for the trip.
We're hoping that eventually they will make their way down here.
Hopefully, she'll see that it's not only irate mothers and fathers. There's children out here that are crying out for help, that want something to change in their city. But I am going to keep writing, and I'm going to keep encouraging others to write. And sooner or later, you are going to wonder what this little town is about. I'm not going to stop writing. I'm not going to stop writing.
Michelle Kingston, Wink News Now.
My dad died when I was 8, so I didn't know him real well.
Zipped up tight and hidden in Kathy Bold's closet is an Army jacket she thought belonged to her father.
And I got it out and looked at it. I thought that was his medal and his bars, and I saw the name in it, and it wasn't my dad's name. I was speechless. It belongs to somebody else.
She's kept it covered and safe for 30 years. Her mother gave it to her to remember her father, who served in World War II.
I put it in a closet, never looked at it, totally forgot about it till one day I wanted to do a shadow box with some memorabilia. And I got kind of teary-eyed, and I thought, why didn't my mom tell me this? And then I thought, well, she didn't know.
The name inside the coat wasn't her father's.
So that's the name you saw when you opened it.
Right.
But a mystery man named R. McDonald.
The original person who had this.
And not just one mystery man, but two.
Here is Mr. Prescott's name.
After a lot of research,
Hi, Noma. My name is Michelle Kingston. I'm a reporter down in Florida.
Kathy Bold was able to find the widow of Mr. Prescott, a woman named Noma.
She's got this sweet little voice and a southern drawl, and she lives in Florida.
The two will meet for lunch next week to reunite this Army jacket with the family of the soldier it belongs to.
I think it's wonderful that she would go to make that much of an effort.
I can't wait to see Noma's face when she sees it.
Michelle Kingston, Wink News Now.
He was a goofball.
Yeah, it was a goofball.
So when he said something, he kind of put on a little voice himself.
Yeah, he did used to put on a little voice.
It's been nearly 3 months since someone shot and killed Stefan Strouder outside Club Blue.
Faces he made.
He'll change his tone.
Yeah.
Lift his hands on my youth.
Yeah. Or you might go like this a little bit.
Yeah, he used to go like this.
His best friends sitting in his room on his bed that's still made. His closet still full.
Clean.
It's clean. Yeah, we just kind of tear this thing up. Because you know how boys are.
They just come over and talk to me. I feed them, and they just hang out in that room back there and just reminisce.
So when I get a little emotional about them, I'll just say a joke and like, oh man, he would have laughed at that. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna cope with life without him here.
Stefan Strouder was just 16 years old, but he dominated the basketball court. These photos, trophies, and awards are proof he was destined for greatness.
I like to think of it as he's inside me. He's playing for me. When I'm on the court, I'm not playing, he's playing. He's just taking over. But
Do you feel him with you?
I have my moments. For instance, if a football game come on, if a basketball game come on.
Stefan's mom, Stephanie, is starting a foundation in his name.
Show what kind of kid he was and how he loved the game of basketball.
it's all for him. Just keep his name alive and really raise awareness on what happened and kind of try to avoid a second coming of stuff like that.
The goal, to keep kids off the streets and focused on school sports and the future.
I mean, there's many options and routes you could take, but basketball was all we really wanted to play.
You grew up around all that stuff, but we chose to do something else.
The foundation keeps Stefan's friends and family looking forward.
We're trying to get a lot of youth involved.
The person responsible for killing Stefan and 14-year-old Sean Achilles and hurting more than a dozen other people is still on the loose.
Nobody's gonna snitch. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. So.
I kind of expected it, but it's not. To me, when it happened, it wasn't really about justice. To me, it was just I want him back. Like, I just want my brother back. That's how it was.
It still hurts that I miss him.
Stephanie is getting by with a little help from her son's friends and a song she says lets her know he's okay.
I just know he's in heaven.
Michelle Kingston, Wink News Now. Meet Greg Martin. That's his niece, Michaela. They share a common bond. Both of them now homeless because of Hurricane Irma.
It got emotional, and then my dad started crying.
Greg's talking about when he and his dad first returned to their house after the storm.
It was sad.
He and his sister Petrona take us through the destruction.
Is this your room?
Yes, this is my room.
We see every room in the house they've called home for 15 years, where picture frames are shattered, memories now lay broken across the floor.
I was hoping, praying everything was going to be fine, but I guess God had another path for us to go.
Petrona now lives with her uncle, but there's not enough room there for Greg. So even with no roof on the house, he's still sleeping here at night after school.
Every time I come here, I'm just like, everything's gone.
The worst part is just losing everything that you had, everything you worked hard for, and seeing it all gone.
This is reality for dozens of families in Southwest Florida ever since Hurricane Irma hit.
We've seen many neighborhoods get back to normal, yards cleaned up, businesses reopening, but about 1,000 students in Southwest Florida live like Greg and Michaela. More than 440 in Collier County, 570 in Lee County, and almost 100 in Charlotte County are now homeless because of Irma.
I think first you have to think about the traumas they experienced just going through the hurricane, and then to go home and find their homes destroyed. Their personal belongings are gone. Many of them did not have school supplies anymore. They didn't have uniforms to come to school, and so that makes it really hard.
Michaela, who spent some time in a tent after the storm, is now living with mold on her walls. Her roof, just a simple tarp. But she's staying positive and wants other kids in her shoes to do the same.
Don't get depressed. Like, just keep the spirit up.
This family holding on to each other.
I'm just waiting on help to get back my house.
And hoping they'll have a new home for the holidays. Michelle Kingston, Wink News Now.